Petal Cafe with your hosts, Biscuit and Cookie. I'm Biscuit.
And I'm Cookie. Grab a beverage or a snack and settle in as we talk about life, everything, and some good old Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Well, hi, Cookie.
Hi, Biscuit.
How are you?
It's a little warm.
We got a heat warning here this weekend. It's not nice outside, apparently.
Well, I mean, it's beautiful, but, you know,
It's
if
hot.
you're used to very humid, very warm climates.
Not so much.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
I spent a lot of time playing not Animal Crossing this week.
I played a little bit.
Yeah.
But recently I've been actually playing a little bit more.
Oh, good.
Which is really exciting. I finished my Haunted Maze.
Mm-hmm.
It's spoopy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is it spoopy or is it actually spooky?
it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Because we've talked about before how I have very specific definitions.
So it's cutesy, right? So, but it does have KK Dirge playing all over
Okay.
it.
Excellent.
Hence it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new things to talk about with Animal Crossing, though.
Yeah, surprisingly so.
I wasn't expecting it. I knew that there was a small release coming, but I wasn't expecting the extent of what we got.
Yeah. So it's news without being news. It's like news-ish.
Yeah. It's like news light.
News light. Switch light. Yes. News light.
It's June now.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding season has returned, and we did get new items. So the wedding season runs from June 1st to June 30th.
Right.
For Reese and Cyrus, and you go and take photos of them to celebrate their wedding anniversary on Harv's Island.
Right. So,
the new items there's about 7 of them, which is really exciting.
Do you want to go through them one by one?
Yeah, I'm going to butcher these names, but sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Shiromoku, which is a clothing item.
Yeah, it's a clothing item. So, in tandem with wedding season, I think they're technically called nuptial items, not wedding items.
Right.
The difference being that you don't obtain these ones from Harv's Island. You get them in Nook and Able Sisters.
Oh, okay.
The wedding clothing, which arguably isn't wedding clothing because it's white, and white isn't the color that you wear for traditional Japanese weddings. What they have released by way of wedding clothing.
So then there's the white hakama with crest.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, I believe I was reading it, looking at that is worn by the gentleman or person that identifies as that gender.
Right.
The Tsuno Kakushi?
Right. It's like a headdress.
And then we have the nuptial bell, which is new.
Okay, so these ones you're ordering through your Nook shopping app.
The nuptial door plate, the nuptial ring pillow, and the flower petal basket.
So, a few things about these. The nuptial bell, door plate, and ring pillow, you actually have to order multiple times because they come in 3 colors, but you can't customize them.
Oh,
so they'll
interesting.
They'll switch out in your day-to-day Nook stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the most exciting thing to me is that I learned via a super informative video put out by Consul Cato that we'll put a link to, you can actually place an item in the center of the nuptial bell item.
I was watching her video and I was kind of floored by that, honestly.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So
Since when do we get to put things inside of things?
Mm-hmm.
Animal Crossing.
So cute.
Yeah, no, it is. I feel like Nintendo thought about it before they released it a little bit more this time, maybe.
Well, we're guessing.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that Consul Cato does gripe about, which I completely agree with, is the flower petal basket and its size.
It's really, really teeny tiny.
It's really, really teeny tiny.
You know what it reminds me of is it's like the bean tossing kit.
Yes.
It's really small.
Yep. It is honestly so small.
It's so cute though.
It is.
It's cute to carry around.
Yeah, so it's cute to carry around and then to petals around,
Yeah, you throw petals like confetti, but placing it's like a tiny little basket in a huge pixel square, so
Yeah, it takes up like a fraction of section.
And that's why it reminds me of the bean tossing kit, because it's like similar in size when you place it. And it only comes in one color, as far as we know.
Yeah, so I think this year I might actually do more Harvs, the Harvs Island and the taking photos to get the items that I didn't get necessarily last year that I think I was kicking myself I should have gotten. I at least should do it all once, like get all the items at
Right. So you have to do it 7 times in order for that to get everything, apparently.
Yeah, which I mean ultimately should just take you about a week.
If you do it every day, but you have all month.
Yeah, exactly. When they said it was all month last year, I thought it was literally going to take me a month to do.
Yeah,
And
I
so
do remember being a bit confused about that.
I was like, yeah, no. Not spending my time on this.
Well, I didn't realize that it was, for the wedding stuff, to get the other colors, it actually is customizable.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Even though Reese won't ask you for like a green themed room or a brown themed room in the first week, you can still change your items to be those colors. Things we learned from last year.
Things we learned from last. So you know what else is coming up in June?
What?
Father's Day.
All right.
So this year, Father's Day has a new item as well. Last year, I think Father's Day was really less prominent.
Yeah.
Not as prominent as Mother's Day, which was kind of sad on it. Maybe some people only have a dad instead of a mom.
Or more than one.
Or two dads. Yeah. Who knows? You can purchase from the Nook shop a Thank You Dad apron.
It is really cute.
Is it? I haven't, I'm still in May working my way through.
Well, I ordered one when I logged in on stream the other night. It's pretty cute.
Nice. That's awesome. Other things in June are the Dano Festival and the Dragon Boat Festival, which is really exciting.
Are they related in any way, or?
They're a pair of new Asian holidays that can be celebrated from June 5th to 14th. I don't think that they're related necessarily.
I don't know what the Dano Festival is. I know what the Dragon Boat Festival is because we celebrate it in many cities in Canada.
Yes.
But the Dano Festival I'm not familiar with.
So the Dano Festival is a Korean holiday that falls on the 5th day of the 5th month of the lunar Korean calendar.
Oh, okay.
It was originally a day of spiritual rites, a song, dance, and wine. It's a shaman ritualistic worshipping of the sky deity in celebration of the end of sowing.
Oh, okay.
It's Korean.
Context.
Yep.
Context is important.
Isn't it lovely?
Mm-hmm.
So those are coming, and you can get items to go along with these holidays. Both could be purchased through your Nook shopping.
The seasonal items, yeah, until June 14th. So this time last year, we didn't get one of the summer shell items because it didn't exist yet.
What?
So summer shells start now, I think, June 1st and run until the end of August.
I believe so, yep.
And they allow you to make excellent items such as the shell wand and some other things I can't remember right now. But there was no rug that went with that set, and now there is because they added it only in the winter update.
Oh.
And the winter update happened during the southern hemisphere's summer, but not the northern hemisphere's summer, which is where we are. So yeah, we don't have it yet.
Oh, we do now.
Well, I don't.
We have the ability to get it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the better way to say it.
Yeah.
We have the ability to get it now. I believe it'll probably be in a balloon.
I would imagine so. I have to say that since it had been a while since I had logged into Animal Crossing, it was actually a delight to see a balloon float over and have to pop it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that this was supposed to be fun. Instead of stressful.
Yep, it's supposed to be fun. With summer and June, we have bug off events returning.
Oh yeah.
Which is really exciting. We can then spend hours going up and down my beach looking for the weird bugs. And then also we get shark, which is also very exciting.
I have already been trolled by the sharks.
Have you been? Oh no, you got a sucker fish? I
got a sucker fish already. It was my first one. My first fin in the water was a sucker fish. Mm-hmm. It happened to me. No. It could happen to you. Stay vigilant. It was pretty funny though.
Yeah.
I was just like, of course it is. Like,
So the fish that came with the sharks arriving in the northern hemisphere are the giant snakehead arapaima, the ribbon eel, which I've got so many last year.
Mhm.
The saw shark, the hammerhead shark, the great white shark, and the whale shark.
Yeah.
I remember last year when I caught the whale shark, I was like, "Oh my god, this thing is huge! It's almost as big as the sunfish." But the wording I liked on the whale shark was my favorite.
I do like the wording on that one.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
I like how you say it's almost as big as a sunfish, because have you ever actually seen a whale shark, like a real live one?
Yeah, I have.
It's a little bigger than a sunfish.
It's
The sunfish
a lot
are freaking enormous, but
bigger than a sunfish.
the one that we have is practically chibi in the game.
Yeah. No, it's tiny. It's nowhere near to scale. I
mean, it's basically the size of a whale, so...
Yeah, it is. They have one in Japan, in Osaka. The Osaka Aquarium has a whale shark. They actually have little stuffed animals whale shark. I may or may not have gotten a couple because they're so freaking adorable. With summer as well brings the summer solstice.
Okay, but long before that, there's one thing that isn't on our list that I just want to mention.
Oh.
Which is that June is the only month in which you can catch the fireflies. There are other insects that also appear in June, but they don't go away. Make sure you catch your firefly and donate it to the museum, because they are the best. They're my favorite.
I have to catch one at least this year to add it to my museum collection.
I wish when you place them, they would be in a jar.
Oh, are they not in a jar when you place them? Well, that makes me a little sad.
I know, but wouldn't it be great?
It would be
so
great. Okay.
I mean, not that you should actually keep fireflies in a jar. That's been debunked. It's not healthy for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of cruel, to be honest. But they look so pretty.
So with summer also brings summer solstice.
Right.
Which is very exciting because you remember last year when we got the hat?
The sunflower crown? Oh,
yes.
It's so cute.
Love wearing that thing. We also this year get a sunflower rug.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, which is so adorable. I saw it and I was like, oh, I want it in every room.
It's so cheerful. We've got International Children's Day.
Is returning. We get the paper crown and the little shirt with the cape.
Oh, those are my favorite things to give my villagers.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
So cute.
And when they zoomy and they're wearing the little cape, adorable. Adorable.
Especially the lazy villagers.
Oh yeah.
So but anybody can wear the crown. Just saying.
So that happens from for the first half of June. Let's talk about island progress.
Okay. Well, I can tell you about my island progress because there has been none. Not any at all. How about you?
I finished, as I said before, I finished the Haunted Maze. I did it on stream, which was so exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So exciting.
I got to see a part of that. I'm glad that you were able to finish it.
Next thing I'm going to work on while on stream is my cinema roll beach cafe.
That sounds so good.
Very, very, very excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other thing I guess we can talk about is the things that we've been doing, working on stream. We both have been streaming a lot.
To be fair, you've been streaming a bit more than I have.
This is true. I also have a little bit more time on my hands than you do.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair. And you've been having fewer self-inflicted technical difficulties than I have.
I mean, I just don't change settings, and that seems to work for me.
Whereas I am always poking and prodding and breaking things. I cannot just leave well enough alone.
So a couple of things that I've been playing on stream. Pokemon Snap. I love a good chill Cozy Grove session. Thank you for getting me into that game, by the way.
My pleasure.
It's appreciated. Animal Crossing, New Horizons, of course. We played Mario Kart 8 the other day, which was so much fun. We definitely need to get more people in on that.
Who can beat both of us? Because when it's you and I competing, I feel like it's not an accurate reflection of how good we are not at this game.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed wholeheartedly. I started an early access game, which I'm having problems with streaming, unfortunately. I think it's the game itself, because of the fact that everything else works great. So I'm wondering if it just interferes or if my computer is just not strong enough to run it. So I might have to play that offline. Not sure yet. I just also got The Room 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I'm so excited about to play that on stream.
I played those last year. They are so good.
I'm so excited. I'm going to play them on stream and have people help me.
Awesome.
It's going to be so amazing. So what have you been playing on stream?
On stream, I've managed some Cozy Grove and some Animal Crossing New Horizons in the last week at a bit.
Yeah.
I did try to stream Fall Guys, and I discovered that my computer is not up to the task. So either I upgrade my computer, or I wait until Fall Guys eventually gets released on the Switch before I can stream that, because it was just too much. It was really funny, actually. My computer ground to a halt, basically.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, this is different.
I think I might wait until it's on the Switch, and that way I can play with my Pro Controller.
Yeah. Well, you can still play with your Pro Controller on Steam.
Make my life easier.
I do.
I don't know how to set that up, honestly. I play keyboard.
It's honestly not difficult.
Keyboard and mouse, like on Steam, it's all keyboard and mouse.
Oh, it's not difficult to set up, I promise you. Anyway, off stream, I've been playing Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, which is my current obsession.
That's awesome.
It's honestly, it's not even it is literally running around inside a Ghibli movie.
That's awesome.
The art is phenomenal, the voice acting is phenomenal, I cannot say enough good things about it.
Yay! Oh, that's so exciting. So Cookie.
Biscuit.
I was watching a streamer the other day, and they were doing some stream dreaming.
Right.
Which was really cool. And they actually dreamt of Monkey Cove.
Wait, Monkey Cove, remind me what Monkey Cove is?
My first island.
Oh, right.
The one that I deleted after all the work I put in.
I seem to recall something about that.
Maybe. I was watching this person's stream, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe we should have them as a special guest on our podcast.
I thought that was a great idea.
Right?
Yeah.
I do have these ideas that are amazing sometimes.
We all do. So we are very pleased to welcome NostalgicSteven to our podcast today.
Yay! Welcome!
Thank you so much. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Biscuit. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me. I feel so honored and pleased to be here as a special guest. I was not expecting for this. It is definitely my first time ever in a podcast, so I was really excited. Kind of nervous too, but definitely excited.
Well, it's actually not that different from streaming.
It really isn't.
Well, that is true. That is true. Although, I feel it's a bit different on the whole, interacting with the chat or interacting with voice, but it's very interesting.
We actually got into, I think we transitioned to streaming because we do the podcast.
Right.
But we can edit all of the things down. we spend 2 hours recording, goes down to a 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
The powers of editing.
Yep. So in that way, it's not the same as streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I was even thinking about starting to record videos and all, but I need to get deep into the whole editing and all, because I feel that for streaming, it's more of the how can I say, the pre part of the of going live, getting everything ready for when you go live, and then it just pretty much happens. Whatever happens, live happens. So you're talking to everyone. If you fail on stream, if you play bad, if something funny happens, well, there it is. People are gonna clip it. It's gonna be funny, But then, with recording and all, I guess it's more of the post thing, editing and all, right? I guess you guys have more experience on that, definitely.
Well, certainly Biscuit does.
Learned as I went. Learned as I went. No, honestly, I'd never touched an editing program before Cookie and I decided to do this podcast. Really? Almost a year ago.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I found a program, and then I watched a bunch of videos on how to edit, and with that specific software. And you can even tell from our first episode on YouTube to like the last one we did in Animal Crossing on YouTube. Vast difference.
It's a lot of evolution, right? It
It's
changed a lot, right?
so much
Definitely,
evolution.
definitely. I feel that. You basically learn on the go, right? You're like, you decided to start, and then you're pretty much learning as you were going. I feel it was the same thing with me, honestly. Like, I see some people that started streaming and they pretty much studied everything before. In my case, was like, well, I'm gonna start with what I have, with the equipment that I have, and I'll learn on the go.
Yeah.
And it's literally what I'm doing, like testing things here and there as I go.
So, Stephen, why don't you give us the little Twitch introduction that you give at the beginning of your stream, or if you have a raid come in? What do you tell people about yourself?
I go by the username of NostalgicSteven. You can call me Steven. I'm a variety streamer from South America. I'm from Brazil, and well, I pretty much stream. I try to go for a mixed audience, both on cozy games. So I like to play Animal Crossing, Cozy Grove, which is a game that I also got into recently, and I know that you guys also like the game a lot. We have talked about it before. It is a very nice game. I want to try some other ones like Stardew Valley and all, but I still haven't touched on them. I also want to expand on more of the games that always, how can I say, always attracted me when I was younger, which are usually horror games and all. Like I like hardcore games. I guess you guys saw me playing Cuphead the other day. I like that kind of game.
Yeah.
I like a lot of retro stuff as well, retro games. So I plan on doing that as well. That's pretty much my platform for now. I want to expand. I want to play some PC games eventually, but my computer right now, I don't think it can do the job of both.
I can relate.
Oh, you can relate.
Me too.
Yeah, no, I feel this laptop here is 5 years old. Honestly, this dude here, he's a warrior. He's hanging there. It's like an intermediate GPU. He's pretty much hanging there. I tried running some PC games and OBS together, and the results weren't the best.
Right.
So for now, I'm just.
I was trying to explain to my sweetie yesterday about why I'm having so much trouble streaming PC games, and I said, because if you're streaming from the Switch, it's the Switch's CPU that's doing all the work.
Yes.
Yep.
Right? It makes such a difference.
The capture card is muscling through the processing. Exactly. The computer is just pretty much receiving the output in there.
Exactly.
But now when you're playing on the computer as well, whew, okay, that takes a bit. Yeah, that takes a bit. I tried even with simple games, and it was struggling. Like I feel that because I run OBS, and then sometimes I just open my browser, I open Google Chrome to search something, and it lags so much, and I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So for now, we just aim low. We just stay with Switch stuff for now. In the future, we'll expand the horizons here.
So in this way, you're kind of on the same level as we are. We're all learning the technology and learning the platforms and sort of figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Like I come from the IT area. I'm pretty much majored in that, and also I am quite like tech savvy, but I pretty much learn most of things just by searching. So even though I have the technical knowledge of like many things on when it comes to computers, my knowledge on streaming was pretty much non-existent. Like I never tried doing that. If you asked me 3 years ago if I wanted to be a streamer or YouTuber or anything like that, try to go for an audience on the internet, I was gonna say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not cut out for that. But then look at that, 3 years later, I'm right here, I'm doing that.
Absolutely. I feel that way. Even a year ago, when we started the podcast, I never envisioned
that you were gonna
streaming anything.
It's so funny, right? And what made you guys start doing it? Like,
I was just gonna ask you the same thing.
Okay, who goes first?
Okay, well, you asked first, so let's answer that. So originally, we did a session of DIY and closet and house giveaway of all the items that Biscuit had acquired and been hoarding up until she was about to reset her island.
Yep.
So we actually ended up streaming that, and that was a lot of fun. But then we didn't touch it again for another 5-6 months.
Oh.
True story. True story.
So you basically tested.
And then,
But like,
I don't actually know what changed. What did change?
honestly, it was like between the fact that we switched the podcast from a video audio mix to just an audio version, right? I felt like there's something slightly lacking in my day to day. Like I was playing Animal Crossing, but it was like it wasn't for anything. I played it less and less. Yeah, and then so I started playing other games. I got back into Stardew Valley. They've updated it like crazy since the last time I played, like 2
I'll need
years
help
ago.
with that.
A lot of fun. But then, yeah, I think we were watching a bunch of streamers, both Cookie and I. And then Cookie's like, so what do you think of this idea? And I'm like, I like this idea, you know? And this is honestly a lot of the conversations that Cookie and I end up having. It's like, what do you think of this idea?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. What do you think? And then we go back and forth and we figure out what best.
And then we try some things that we ultimately decide were not, in fact, a good idea, and they never see the light of day.
Well, I mean, that's the whole process, right?
I know. I don't know what you're referring to.
And no one else does either, and that's the point.
I guess that's the whole process of coming up with those ideas, right? We just go brainstorming like that, and it's good that you guys are together and you can discuss that. You guys go like, oh yeah, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And just go back and forth, and the best ones just make it right, just like what happened with streaming. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice.
Honestly, the only reason I wanted to start the podcast was because of Cookie. I knew that her and I have like this bantery back and forth relationship where we feed off each other, which makes the podcast 100 times more interesting than someone just talking. Because like I've listened to podcasts all the time, and a lot of times when it's just one person talking, I'm bored. But unless it's like an informative like podcast about TED Talks or like how to something or whatever. But if it's like about a subject, I prefer the ones that have multiple hosts. That way they can banter back and forth.
So. Yeah, we have our moments of delight.
Oh yeah, I agree with you guys. I feel that most podcasts that I listen to are usually with like two people at least.
So how'd you get into streaming?
How it happened? That's actually really funny. I guess it was literally just like that, just like what happened with you guys. I just woke up a day and I say, why not? But well, expanding it a bit more. I actually recently came back to like Animal Crossing some months ago, and then I ended up going back to Animal Crossing Twitter as well. So I created an account again. I came back to the community, started talking to some people, made some friends, and then some of my friends are streamers as well. So I would watch them and all. It would be like, you know, that's awesome. You know, look at that. You're famous. You're a streamer. That's so awesome. You know, I have famous friends. They all stream. That's awesome. Like, I can't do that. I'm too shy. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would be boring. I can't do that. But I would be like supporting them like all the time. But then many of them would be like, oh, you should do that. You know, you're entertaining and all. You should do it. Why don't you try doing it? And I was like, nah. I'm not cut out for it. I'm not cut out for that. But then one day I was like, you know what? I'm bored. Why don't I try doing this? You know, like why? What if? What if? You know, what if? And then and then I just basically started doing that. I talked to a friend here, like it's actually a close friend that I have here that lives near me. And I was just discussing with him because he actually has some friends that stream. He doesn't stream, but he does have some streamer friends. So we're just discussing about the whole technical part. You know, he was basically giving me some technical advice on like capture cards, microphone, stuff like that, which is pretty much things that I didn't really know at the time. So he pretty much helped me out with that. And then I was like, well, you know, let's try that. Let's do an investment. I need to kind of make things a bit more fun, I guess, because, you know, it's quarantine time And at that point, my whole life, my whole schedule was pretty much just working, and then like working every day and pretty much just chilling at night, but nothing really going on. It's been a while since I've been done with university and all, so I'm pretty much just working. So I was like, well, let's add something more to the mix. Why not try doing this? And then I did. I think it was like, a month ago. Yeah, it was pretty much a month ago that I did my very first stream. And it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
I remember I actually did Smash Bros. Yeah, I did Smash Bros. For my first stream. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of scared of doing Animal Crossing, I guess, for my first one. So I just decided to go with Smash Bros. I just felt more comfortable. And it was a lot of fun because a lot of friends showed up and they supported me. And it was a blast. I was like, well, yeah, I think this is what I want to do. Like, I felt it. When you feel it, you feel that that's the right thing that you're doing. That's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, that's pretty much my story with it.
That's awesome. And you've become a Twitch affiliate in like a month.
Yeah, not even that, honestly. I think I became an affiliate in like 10 or 12 days. It was actually really fast.
Very impressive.
It was like really fast, honestly. It was.
I have 15 followers.
It was quite shocking. I guess I kind of ended up using the fact that I have a lot of people connected with me on Twitter, so it was kind of easy to like spread the word out. That helped a lot, in that regard. And again, it's always nice to make some more content creator friends. We meet each other and then we share our experiences or share some knowledge, and then we follow each other, we watch each other's streams. I feel that's probably one of the most satisfying things that I've been having, like, since I started streaming, is not only just doing it, but also meeting other people who also do it, like you guys, for example, and making friends like that, sharing experiences, and showing at each other's stream to talk and have some fun. That's honestly the best part. I'm having so much fun with that.
I agree.
We're making some really, really great friends. And you are definitely one of them. So welcome to our unofficial posse.
I'm honored. I'm definitely honored to be there. Love it.
So let's talk for a minute about Animal Crossing.
Ooh, yes, let's go.
In particular. So I'm curious about what is the AC community and climate like in Brazil, because it's got to be different than it is in North America.
The AC community in here, honestly, I feel that probably Nintendo in general, specifically like most recent generations, aren't how can I say, aren't that famous, especially because we had some problems with Nintendo stuff here in the past. So we had many years that Nintendo products weren't really being officially released here in Brazil. So what happens is that the community is actually really small, especially Animal Crossing. I think, like, for my time on Animal Crossing Twitter, I think I only met a single person on Animal Crossing Twitter that is actually from Brazil, and that's it. Only one. So the community here is actually really, really small. And even my gamer friends, some of them I would talk, oh, do you know this game here? And they will be like, no, I don't know this game. So it's actually funny. I feel that the community here is much smaller, or they're just, I don't know, more quiet in a way,
Unassuming?
Yeah, like, it's interesting. Like, they don't really show up a lot. I don't see much of Animal Crossing merchandise. I don't see many Animal Crossing products in here. So, like, many of those official products that we see coming out in other countries, we usually don't have them here. So I feel that probably the community is a lot more shy in here, Okay. I don't know much about other, like, platforms, other social media, but at least on Twitter, I see that it's, like, very small in that regard. I don't see much of that. So pretty much 99.9% of my interactions with the Animal Crossing community are with people from other countries.
So, well, if there is a particular piece of merch you're looking for, you have all kinds of hookups.
Oh, yeah. Can you mail me that, please? Literally.
I may or may not be able to make amiibos.
That's actually really interesting. Like when I look at like handmade stuff, like craft stuff for like Animal Crossing themed, I really don't see much of that in here. Like I see very few options in here. Like very very few. Like some really niche stores or things like that. You don't see many of those.
You can find them all over Etsy.
Literally.
You can. But shipping from Etsy to non-lower 50 states is notoriously high.
Yeah, no, it is. So. It is. The shipping price is really high. I tried that. It is high. It is high. So I don't even bother. I'm like, all right, no. Maybe at some point I'll move abroad and then things will be easier. And there we go.
Sure.
I think I shipped something to Portugal the other day. And it was only about $20.
Well, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's.
But I mean, it was like the slowest parcel shipping possible, but it was not bad.
Took you what, like 2 weeks?
It wasn't 45.
Yeah, they give us about 2 weeks shipping. Yeah,
which honestly is okay.
It's not bad.
I don't really mind. I think I'm a very patient person with shipping and stuff like that. Unless it's something that I'm like really, really, really expecting, to come soon. I'm like okay with a 2-week wait, honestly.
So, okay, we've talked a bit about how Animal Crossing shows up in real life. How about your experience inside Animal Crossing? I don't know what region of Brazil you live in, but what are the seasons like compared to the ones we get in the game?
Well, that's actually a very interesting thing because I play Animal Crossing since the DS title, since Wild World. So I pretty much been playing Animal Crossing since I was 12. That was that was a long time ago, and it's interesting because in past games, well, all the games excluding New Horizons, we didn't have the whole thing of choosing where your island is. So it was always a bit off because the games would always go with like northern weather, so December would be winter and then July would be summer, but it's pretty much the opposite in here. So like especially like where I live, which is like the southeast part of Brazil, at least in here the weather is like winter is cold, not like it doesn't snow in here. We don't have snow in here, although we did have hail the other day, which really shocked me. That was a first ever, like for me. There was a pile of ice like outside my house, and that was so weird. It was totally out of context for me. So we don't have that, and then summer is like hot and humid here. So I'm not a big fan of that. Bugs and all. I'm not a fan of that. And then we would be like melting here during summer, and then I would boot my game, my Animal Crossing DS, and then I would play it, and it would be like snowing in the game. So it would be like kind of weird, but in a way, I was happy that they actually added that functionality to the latest title, to the Switch game, because now I can actually match the season, although we don't have snow in here.
Is that what you decided then? Did you go with the Southern Hemisphere setting?
Yes, I did go with the Southern Hemisphere.
Instead of staying traditional.
Yes, I decided to go differently. And in a way, it was actually good because, it made fish hunting and bug hunting a lot easier for me and other friends, because usually everyone else was like doing northern islands. So we pretty much would just help each other, just catching stuff on each other's island. So we would fill the Critterpedia really fast. But I do have to say that some things were a bit off in regard of some decorations or things like that would feel kind of weird. Like we would have the summer festival thing event going on in New Horizons, but it was winter for me. So that would feel kind of off. But it's okay. I get it.
So, Cookie and I have never actually really played Animal Crossing before New Horizons.
Oh, so you're newcomers. That's awesome.
We both got it last year. Delved headfirst.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I may or may not have a photo of Cookie and some of my friends dressed as Sailor Scouts.
That's so cute.
In Animal Crossing, from
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's so adorable.
From April of last year. It was really cute.
It was second month since the game came out on March 20, I think. So it was like
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the game. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. And would you like? Were you playing? How big was your group? With your friend group? We were playing like.
We had all of the base Sailor Scouts. Like
So that's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like at least
Yeah.
5 people in there. Oh no, that's really awesome. That's really cute.
Yeah, we looked awesome.
And I can
I'm
already tell that you
honestly
guys
not
loved it.
sure. I don't know how many of them are still playing.
None of them.
None of them?
Oh, they all
None of them are
they
still
all
playing.
dropped.
Well, we committed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the last time I checked, no, I had to look at I don't remember who was who. I remember you were Sailor Moon. I was Sailor Jupiter. Mars stopped playing and started playing Genshin Impact. Like when it came out. I think she also went back to Maple Story at some point. So, and then Venus. I think Venus stopped playing as well. Who was Mercury?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, she stopped playing like a month after.
Oh.
Yeah, like a month after we did that, she stopped playing. So I was like,
it was just the very beginning. Just got started.
Yeah,
Whereas
it was like, oh, okay.
The two of us, on the other hand, just kept going and kept talking about it to the point that we ended up doing a podcast about
Literally.
it. So,
Are you playing
we
non-stop since like March 20? Like non-stop?
We did.
Whoa.
We
We
did,
did.
yeah. All the way to, I think it was like, it took to November? Or like, yeah, November, December, before I put it down for a while.
Oh, so you took
And
a
I
break.
was still going.
Oh, but
Yeah. I reset my island back in the beginning of October. So Monkey Cove turned into Butter Bay. I've been playing this island since then, but I've always been like a month behind just because I put it down, and then I'll go back to the last date I played, and then I'll go through all the days and give villagers gifts.
that is
so
a
I can
lot
get
of
their
commitment.
photos.
Definitely.
It is a lot
It
of
is a
commitment.
lot of commitment.
She's very dedicated.
I have a shrine. Did you saw the shrine?
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot bigger since then. It's got a lot more photos now.
The photo shrine. So you're hunting photos. That's really sweet.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be long and arduous considering there's 430 odd some odd, villagers.
Pretty much doing the same, trying to hunt those. But I feel you on the commitment part.
I think I'm at like 40 photos, maybe.
Oh, that's a lot.
Maybe only 30. I don't remember.
Hey, you're 10% there.
Literally.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that's already something. The full half of the glass. Come on. We're looking at that. Oh, I can.
The full 10% of the glass.
Exactly, the full 10% of the glass.
Right, and that's the thing, right? I'm working my way through them, and I let villagers leave as they want to. I think my one villager that stayed the longest on this island that I'm working on now was Cranston. He just wouldn't move out. Like, the guy would not move out.
He just loved your island way too much.
He loved my island
way too much.
Way too much.
No.
So the way he ended up moving out was I ended up with villager Spike on my campsite. And Spike is one of Cookie's first villagers from her first island.
He's my bestie.
Absolutely loves, and I understand why. So I was able to bring Spike in, and he was suggested Cranston moved out, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay, bye. Say no more. Say no more.
Soul.
You know what? I love Cranston. Cranston is such a cute little villager. If I wasn't photo hunting, I would totally keep him. There are currently 2 villagers on my island, which I will never get rid of. You only get 10.
Yeah.
Is it 10?
Yeah, 10.
10
Yeah.
villagers?
10.
Right? So I have 8 that I can revolve.
Same.
The 2 that I'm never leaving my island. The first one is Static. Static is a little purple cranky squirrel. I love Static. Also Cookie gave me his amiibo for Christmas last year.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. I have Static's amiibo too. It's so cute.
I love it. And then when Cookie was villager hunting one day,
when I reset my island,
after she reset her island
in January,
she found this little jock frog.
Jock frog.
Yeah, a little jock frog. His name is Frobert.
Oh, Frobert. Okay.
I am in love with him. So she ended up she messaged me and was like, I found Frobert. Do you want him? I didn't even get back to her. She's like, I'm taking him.
Just do it.
You can come get him later.
Just do it.
Yep. I was like, oh, she wants him. We're just going to take him.
Definitely.
So I fostered Frobert for her, and now she's fostering Spike for me.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I did that a bit for some friends as well. Just kept some villagers like that. I think I have 3 irreplaceable ones in mine, honestly.
Which are yours?
Well, my first 10 villagers were pretty much luck based, because I actually never restarted my island. So nostalgia has been there since day 1 of the game. I never restarted.
Wow.
And I pretty much always say that it is mainly because I'm lazy. I feel that if I restart it, it's going to be very hard for me to commit myself to do a whole island again. I'll regret it. I know that if I restart my game, I'll regret it. I know it. I can feel it, so I'll never do that. I prefer to just redo parts of my island instead of just wiping everything out. So my first 10 villagers, they were kind of a random bunch, honestly, and I didn't know much about villager hunting or anything at that time, because my very first month in the game, I wouldn't really search anything up unless it was a bug or fish shard or something for me to keep track of what I was hunting. But my first 10 villagers were super random, except for Marina. Marina was my 10th villager, and I was really happy when I got her. And she's still in my island, so she's one of the OGs. She's actually the only OG in my island, and I made sure to even do a pink decoration around her house. She's the cutest. She's the baby of nostalgia, so I don't think she's going anywhere, definitely. And then I have Rosie. Rosie is actually my favorite cat villager. I always liked her because I had her in many games before, so she's kind of nostalgic for me. Fitting, right? No pun intended, but she's quite nostalgic for me. And I actually got her as a gift from a friend. She actually has an island with only cats, but she didn't want Rosie because she was going to get Lolly, if I'm not mistaken. So she decided to give me Rosie, for free. And I was like, okay, thank you. Aww. So I kept her. So I never got rid of this Rosie because it came from her, So sometimes she still talks about her original island. And she has a kimono and all that my friend gave her. So I pretty much just cherish that Rosie as a gift, Aww. So it's cute. It has the feelings in there. And then there's Raymond, which I actually hunted a lot for him at the time because I wanted his photo. So I hunted him, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get Raymond, and then I'm going to pretend that Raymond and Rosie are a little couple in the island. There you go. Literally, I actually have some conversations between them that I took screenshots. It looked like one was hitting on the other one, so that was funny. That was actually really funny. And then
that's hilarious.
No, I know, right? Especially because Raymond is a smug and all, so it was really funny. And then I got him after a lot of campsite hunting shenanigans. To say at least, it took me a long while to actually get him. So I'm like, yeah, no, you're not going anywhere. I spent too much time trying to get you, so I'm not gonna dump you. You're staying.
That's fair.
And then the 7 other remaining villagers, I just cycle through them.
So where do you see Animal Crossing going for the next year? Community-wise or streaming-wise or the game itself? What are your thoughts?
So this is something that I always think about, and it's a topic that I feel that I end up even asking my viewers every now and then, what do you think? What do you expect? For example, we're pretty much 10 days away from an official Nintendo Direct, an E3 presentation. So we might get some news on the game in there. So my expectations, at least, I feel I hope that Nintendo will actually drop a big, meaningful update to the game, because I feel it's been pretty much a trend with like the latest Nintendo games that after a while they end up dropping a big update. I remember that on some games like Super Mario Maker 2, that they would add some like meaningful stuff later on in the game. So
Right.
I feel that they might do that at some point, especially because I feel that New Horizons is definitely being a big hit for Nintendo, and they released the game honestly in the best moment ever. Like when
Yeah.
everyone was locked up because of quarantine, Nintendo just came in. Here we go. Here's the cure all for you, pretty much. So I feel that they might just try keep going with that trend. So I feel that they might try keep the game alive, because that's the thing with Animal Crossing. It's pretty much a sandbox, so the game has no end. You can do whatever you want whenever you want, of course, inside the game's limitations, which aren't many.
Sure.
Let's be honest, this game is a lot more free when it comes to limitations when compared to the previous ones. You guys, you say you haven't played the previous ones, but we literally had like not even half of the options that we have in this game, like moving villager houses. We didn't have that. We would have the spots predetermined in the town, and that was it. You couldn't, you literally had to reset your game every time if you wanted to get something different. So this game has a lot going on for it, but I feel that at some point some players might start craving for some new content as well. As much as you can always restart and go for a new thematic, I feel that at some point people might start asking for some new mechanics, maybe. I guess we're all aware of people asking for the Brewster Cafe. That one is a big one, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss Brewster. I used to love him in the previous games. He's a very neat guy. He's cool. So it would be nice to have him added. Definitely, I don't know if it will be like the game changer for me, but it would be a neat addition, nonetheless. And honestly, I feel that the Animal Crossing community, like specifically about New Horizons, I think that it's not going anywhere. It's not dying. It's gonna stay alive for a very long time. I can say that because New Leaf, like New Leaf's community, honestly, I knew people that were playing New Leaf like until the day before New Horizons was released. And
Oh, wow.
New Leaf was released in 2013. And then, we had New Horizons last year. So that was pretty much 7 years of like, lifespan for the game. So that's awesome. I think that a game that is as creative as Animal Crossing, as pretty much all other games like that, like The Sims, games that pretty much ask you to be creative like that. I feel that these games are here to stay. The community is here to stay. It might shift in one way or another, but I don't think it's dying anytime soon. Definitely not until Nintendo just cuts the whole Wi-Fi service. But until then,
Yeah.
it's here to stay. Definitely.
So where can people find you on the internet?
Oh yeah, well, you can find me on pretty much every social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. You can search for NostalgicSteven. Search me on Twitch as well. That's pretty much my main streaming platform. I do have a YouTube channel, although I still haven't started uploading it there. But definitely my main platform is Twitter. And then in there I have all my other social links if you guys want to follow me there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you so
Steven.
much, Cookie Biscuit. I appreciate it.
This has been really, really fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's been amazing.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thanks for joining
guys.
us, and we'll see you on stream very soon.
All right.
Like probably later today.
Definitely. Can't wait to see you guys in there. That would be amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we will talk to you so very soon.
Thank you so much, Rose. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Petal Cafe, a cozy podcast with your hosts, Biscuit and Cookie. And I've been Cookie. We post all the links to what we've talked about and referenced in this episode in the show notes.
Leave us a comment or a review on your favorite podcast platform. We would love to hear from you on Instagram or Twitter at The Petal Cafe, or you can send us an email at thepetalcafe@gmail.com.
We'd also love for you to join our subreddit at r/thepetalcafe and our Discord server. Just ask us how.
The Petal Cafe is produced by Petal Cafe Media, with original music by John Stewart Campbell.